What makes Majestic to fight against Titans? It really feels good for someone that defeats something bigger than himself, and also it shows us some cinematic scenes. And Attack on Titan is talking about fight between humans and Titans, but then it used to get between Titans, and in the end it changed to humans and humans. Calling this anime as a simple war between humans and Titans with its special characters, magnificent fight scenes and regular plot twists would be unfair. This anime makes us interrogate the understanding of pain with Zeke, understanding of genocide with conflict between Marley and Eldia, and of coursely freedom with Eren. In Attack on Titan verse, every character has ideology that they represent, and when we take the philosophic aspect of the anime into account, we can easily see a composition that's impressing us with its fiction, and at the same time it's bringing some sensitive questions to our mind. And the subject of this video is the philosophy of Attack on Titan. The anime started with an unusual war. In this war, humans have completely more different enemy than themselves. I mean Titans. Titans that protect their secrets since the first episode, and not known how they emerged, kill people, maybe in the worst way, by eating them. That is why humanity built the walls to be able to protect themselves from Titans. But the Titans in more different forms than the average ones has broken the walls. In this case, we meet Mikasa and Armin. They are Eren's friends. These friends joined the military and protected the walls and tried to find out the secret behind Titans. And in this complex anime, firstly we have to stay on the pain problem. Life is cruel. These words were told in the anime several times. And when we watch carefully, we can see this is like a rule in this anime. Attack on Titan verse is full of suffering. Almost every character had trauma in the past. Eren saw his mother being eaten by a Titan. Mikasa's family has been killed in front of her when she was a child. Armin, Levi, Erwin, these whole characters suffered, and they are still suffering. This anime is especially focusing on the pain problem and wants to prove that even the nature has cruel attitude. The strong ones always would crush the weak ones. References are processed throughout the story. For Eren and the people around him, the main source of pain is Titans. Therefore, in the first instance, Eren wanted to kill all Titans. Now, let's talk about the opposite side a little bit. Well then, what kind of philosophy do those who control the Titans have? We need to talk about Zeke to be able to understand the other side. He is the warship of the team that attacked to the Eldia walls. The iconic part is that he is an Eldian too. But this is weird. Why would somebody try to kill his own race? If any of us weren't born, we weren't gonna suffer. Those words belong to Zeke, and it summarizes his philosophy. We can tell Zeke's philosophy is close to antinatalism. According to antinatalism, bringing child into this world is morally wrong, because this world is full of suffering, and bringing child into this world is to force this child to suffer. That is why rejecting to have a child is to save him from the pain that he will get, and to do a favor to him. Let's get back to Zeke again. His purpose is to erase aliens from this world. According to Zeke, existence of aliens afflicts Marlians, especially aliens himself. Zeke is right in a way. This race that has ability to turn into a Titan seriously harmed Marley race in the past, but unfortunately this race hurt most itself. That is why Zeke believed that the only way to solve this problem is to annihilate this race from this world. With this action he thinks that he is helping his race, but there is a subtle difference between the philosophy that Zeke has and antinatalism. Antinatalism means anti-birth. Therefore, this philosophy is against birthing child, whereas besides forbidding having child that belongs to Eldian race, Zeke also wants to kill the aliens who were born. In this case, we can very easily understand that he wants his race euthanasia, or in the other words, a genocide. Attack on Titan turned into a genocide story, especially in the last seasons. If we refer to world history, there is similarity between Nazis' Holocaust and the events in this anime. There is genocidal intent against aliens, just like Nazis committed genocide to Jewry. Besides that, aliens are forced to put on a rosette, just like Jewry put on. In this anime, there are also some references about the Second World War. For example, we can see zeppelins in the last seasons of the anime. Even the anime's intro is like an army's offensive march. But the thing we have to focus on is that it made an unusual genocidal dynamic. In an ordinary Holocaust, two different races would try to kill each other, but in Attack on Titan, the members of the same race try to kill each other. Marley race try to kill aliens, and when they are doing this, they are including the aliens that they patronized. In this moment, even if we understand this philosophy, the other aliens think in a different way. Therefore, we have to consider the reason they want to kill each other in a different way. That reminded me Plato's cave allegory. This allegory is telling us to think about the people in the cave who cannot turn left, right and back. All they can see is reflection of the light that's coming out of the cave. They are seeing the shadows of the creatures, objects and the other existence since they were born. And they think that what they see is the reality itself. One day one of them got rid of the chains and went out of the cave, and he realizes that what he saw in the cave was nothing but illusion. He decides to turn back the cave, tells the truth about the outer world, but the others do not believe and ignore him and keep believing the lie they believe. Let's use this reference on Attack on Titan. Aliens in Marley were told how cruel their race is since they were born, and they were persuaded to commit genocide to their own race. But the weird part is that people in paradise lived on for a long time unaware about people outside of the walls. As a conclusion, the anime makes the people that believe in different realities face each other. And in this case, learning that both sides have different realities will emerge some psychological problem in some characters realizing the truth. For example, Reiner. We can easily say that Reiner has dementia, I mean split personalities. One day, Reiner, that were born as an alien at the borders of Marley and was made to hate his own race, was sent to paradise as a spy, and he spent so much time with them here. That is why he sometimes forgot that he is a spy. Being between two realities and exposed to both sides' thoughts for a long time shows us how the understanding of reality can be manipulated. It reminded me something that Nazis was applying. Big lie theory. If you like big enough and keep telling this again and again, sooner or later people will believe this lie. Those words belong to the propaganda minister of Nazi Germany, Joseph Goebbels. Let's get back to the anime. Throughout the history, these characters were exposed to a certain ideology, and we can see that the reason why they don't want to see the truth is because of being exposed to big lie theory, and it is too hard for them to see the truth anymore. This reminded me something. Most people are pushed by something and forced to walk through the hell. But this something wasn't their choice. Their conditions or the others forced them to do this. Those words belong to Eren, the main character of the anime. By the way, as for Eren, we need to talk about his character to be able to understand the world of Attack on Titan. What is freedom? Freedom means acting or thinking whatever you want in a certain meaning, and Eren was fighting for his freedom since the beginning. When he was even a child, he was getting angry to live surrounded with walls. But as the anime progresses, we are watching Eren's changed attitude. He was pushing people he loves away. Eren's that attitude made us think about his personality again. In fact, the anime showed us his dark side in the past seasons. Eren has a tendency to violence. His childhood was full of fights. When he was even 9 years old, he killed 2 people without any mercy, and it shows us how ruthless he is. Even though he saves Mikasa and himself by committing this crime, it was an unexpected action for someone 9 years old. I can give the other example about Eren's dark side through Armin. One day Armin brought a book about the beauty of the outer world, but their reaction and interests in this book are different. Armin was interested in the rest of the world with a childish joy,
but Eren wanted to request the freedom that he deserves. Armin's motivation was interest, but Eren's was greed. We can even tell that Eren was taking strains from his greed, because Eren cannot live without having enemy. Eren would be always in struggle even if Eren tells that his dream is to arrive freedom and peace. He was gonna probably in conflict with people he loves. Even though I made some inference about Eren's personality, sometimes I struggle to understand why Eren would hurt the two people who he loves most. Yes, it's fact that he shows his dark side when it's urgent, but until now he only showed his dark side against enemies. But why would somebody show his dark side against his loved ones? Actually, it is normal to be confused about his personality. The anime that didn't finish yet doesn't give us enough clue about this character. That is why we have to refer the manga. Throughout the manga, we see that Eren has ability to be able to see the future, and also he sees the way to remove titans from this world, and that way is to be killed at Mikasa's hands. Because if Mikasa kills him, he is also gonna send a message to the person who is producing titans, to Ymir. And Ymir was gonna stop taking order from King Fritz, who she is in love with, and she was gonna stop producing titans. When this truth appeared in manga, we easily understand why Eren wanted to keep Mikasa and Armin away from himself. Eren was thinking that he's doing a favor to them. As a conclusion, he was gonna live a free world that's purified from the titans. Of course, he had to sacrifice his freedom for that. That is why he had to give upon his dreams and accept his miserable fate. Now, can we tell that Eren reached his goal? In one way, we can see he couldn't find a way to solve pain problem. Even though titans are removed, as long as the humans exist in this world, wars and pain progresses and peace will be always disturbed. But since the beginning, Eren's dream wasn't to create a world without pain. That was Zeke's purpose. Eren's real purpose was to remove the titans from this world and bring peace to his people, and he was successful at this. But he was unsuccessful to get his own freedom. But maybe he got the freedom he deserves by sacrificing himself with bird metaphor that represents freedom. I can't tell Eren was good, but that doesn't mean he was only black or white. He was grey. It is like his good and bad sides has mixed. We can't tell he was a hero because of having a personality full of contradictions, but telling he is bad would be unfair too. Eren is the incarnation of this anime. It is because this anime is also in grey zone just like Eren himself. This anime makes everything unknown who is good and bad, wrong or right, and makes us interrogate the things that we consider right. But there is the most important thing that this anime wants to show us is that the characters in the anime that hate each other and the ideologies that are in conflict are two sides of the same coin. Eren and Reiner, Marley and Eldia, freedom and slavery. Even if these understandings and characters look opposite, in fact, they wouldn't be exist without one of them. They need each other. Hajime Sayama, the writer of the series, once said, "My main purpose was to hurt the readers." And we can say that he reached his goal. Throughout the anime, our favorite characters died. The trusted ones betrayed. I remembered Mikasa's words about this world. Life is cruel, but still beautiful.